Some action there in the world of football. MPFL, Nigerian Premier Football League, will be starting soon. At least we need to always remember our own. Welcome you on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. We'll be looking at some stories in the world of football and also looking at the fact that the MPFL, even though they is on break, but it will soon be back. But a lot of issues happen in the first stanza of the Abridged League. We'll be looking at all those ones before we at least go international, starting from the home scene that has to do with recently in the first stanza, a particular commandant of 3SC of Ibadan actually peed or urinated on the pitch before they play against Akwa United, and it was sanctioned by IMC. But now he has come out to say urinated on the pitch to save shooting stars from Akwa United Juju. Well, his name is Auwal. But really, if you look at the way it is, this particular story right now, although it was sanctioned by IMC for the next, for the fact that it won't be representing, it won't be there as the commandant for the next 1 year. Talking about Auwal there, but he's saying, well, he did that because we were following the Akwa United team while they were on the pitch, and he noticed that they poured some holy water on the pitch, and that was why he wanted to neutralize it by going to do this, and that actually spelled doom for him because he's been suspended, coming from Auwal, the commandant, camp commandant of Shooting Stars of Ibadan. There, I'll be looking at that story first, alongside Noel Samson, who is here to talk sports, and also we have Emmanuel Fashimi. Good to have you guys.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yes, you saw there what the man that has been penalized, talking about Auwal for the fact that he urinated or peed on the pitch of football that day where they were supposed to play against Akwa United in Ibadan. And now he said, well, the reason why he did that was because he saw that they've poured some water on the pitch, so he wanted to neutralize it.
It's a very funny scenario. But he has been penalized, but I really don't know why should you say because your opponent poured water on the pitch, then you think it's probably what we call Juju. The United States
Juju, if you don't know, is in Africa metaphysical power. That's the word we can call it right now. That's the normal English that we can put out.
So it doesn't mean urine is one that was quenched the power.
You know, I'm not a Juju man, so I don't know.
He's also a Juju man then automatically, because it's only a Juju man that will know what will quench the power of another Juju. So it's really fun, but he has been punished. But I don't really know if they let her win that match that day.
Well, it was a tough one. They played draw.
Then what is the essence of easing himself?
Maybe that neutralized the winning that could have come.
Well, though we might laugh over it, but it's improper for what Auwal has actually done by going to the center of the pitch to pee there. If we would have stayed maybe at the sidelines to do that, it would have been we would have maybe excused him for doing that. We've seen players who stood at the sideline to actually urinate. A couple of players in Europe, and one big star, Ronaldo, has been a culprit of this. But not you going to the center of the pitch to go and urinate. No matter how he sees it, whether Juju or no Juju, if you have a belief that there is Juju in football, that is your belief. You should not take that to where because the water that they pour on the pitch of play, do you know the kind of water it is? Do you know what the water stands for? So you taking laws into your hands by doing something that is improper, then for the punishment meted out to him, I would have said maybe IMC should at least maybe look inwardly and reduce the 1 year ban for him. Maybe they should reduce it to 6 months, and then the fine also, let the fine stand, but the ban, 1 year ban, no, because this is where he gets income that he uses in feeding himself and the family. So IMC should just temper justice with mercy.
It has been served already.
Yes, they can still go back and review it and reduce it maybe to 6 months, 3 months thereabout, but 1 year is way too much. And for Auwal, next time he should not do
that. On
a
lighter note, why not urinate inside an ever empty rubber and pour it back on the pitch also? So why now going there and doing everything publicly?
Maybe that's how it used to be done.
Okay, you don't want any form of it has to be direct.
Yes, maybe. I don't know. I'm not his PA, right?
Because
all I know is
it's as if you saw them pouring holy water. It should be from a container. Why not pick an empty container? Use yourself there. You pour water. You point it back to fire.
But all that he can also go back to, because we have a match commissioner.
Or maybe you should have reported the issue to the match commissioner,
because there is a fourth official there that you would have look at what I saw
them pouring water.
But they might not believe.
He could have snapped. He could have snapped or video. Or make a video.
What if they say, okay, normal?
He's the commandant of the.
What if they say normal is just normal pouring water on the ground?
Why would they pour water? Let's even ask.
You should pour his water too.
It's not the first time we see maybe people pour. Okay, at times you might just maybe you drink water and you
I don't think that's what he saw. That wasn't what he saw, because if it had been does that somebody drank water and pour it on the pitch, it would have been a different ball game. He said he was accosting them, he was following them, and he noticed that they were after prayer, you're supposed to leave the pitch and then but after the prayer, according to what he said, that he noticed that he saw that they were now pouring water.
In this part of the world, we are we are very religious,
superstitious,
belief. And if you even watch most of our national teams, even the club teams, after each match, before each match, they come together, hold their hands and pray. So him looking at it the other way around, maybe because they poured water. No, for him to do that it's improper. For me, it's very improper.
And some of these players, they have some kind of ritual they go through. I've forgotten this player Barcelona signed. It's actually never thing now. From I can't forgotten the country. They signed him, and his first match, when he was being ordained in Barcelona, he had to go into the field barefooted. He said that's his own ritual, because he has to you acclimatize with the ground there. So it's just
how many goals did he score for Barcelona?
He's a defender, but he's not a guy there again. It's not never thing. So you can see. So everybody has different. Probably that's their own ritual. Probably just a belief. I don't know if you understand. So I don't think if you've seen something like that, you are following them. Then you saw them.
Make a video.
Or even not making a video.
A snap.
You report to me
so that when you are reporting, you have an evidence
to back up your
Mr. Denny is reporting is too far. Carry container. Put it there and pour it there.
So what you are saying now, you're supporting what Auwal did?
I'm not supporting, but automatically he has just cost himself like a job for 1 year now. But anyway, instead of doing it publicly, put inside container and you fire for fire.
Anyway, let's just leave that story right now. But Auwal right now, we have learned from his mistakes, and that's why it's coming up. That's I was only trying to do the right thing, but the right thing cost me this. Now let's look at the second story that has to do with Kwara United. Kwara United will be having their matches right now in the second side of play in Akure, because IMC Interim Management Committee approved Akure Township Stadium for Kwara United MPFL home matches, and they'll be playing in Ondo State now. So they'll be playing in Lorin, so they'll be facing at least all the other clubs that will be coming to play them in Akure. I think at least it's better for them to know now, get used to it, and before you know it, before the league start, they'll be able to at least understand the pitch very well.
Well, yes, for them to actually get themselves used to the pitch, it's good that the AMC has given them that nod and that information on time before the second stanzas of the league start. These are some of the questions, some of the issues that we still have to deal with when it comes to our own league, Nigerian Premier League, because teams not having good stadium, not having good facilities is an issue. And it's not that we don't have the capacity or we don't have the funds to actually get good stadiums back here, but because of our own laxity and I don't care attitude in quote, they don't pay attention. All teams are being run by government. A governor that is thinking of how to come back the next 4 years or do this, do that, will not even want to pay attention to sport until we start seeing sport as a business, until we start putting those who know sports science in places, in positions. Then we will start having some of these good pitch, because it all boils down to administrative issues. Now, when we have administrators who knows what sports is all about, we shouldn't be having some of all these issues.
Well, from the way it is right now, Kwara United will play in Akure, and from what he was saying, that if leaders, maybe administrators, should consider the need to make sure all the facilities are in place before you own a club.
It's really surprising. You want to play a home game, you have to leave, what do you call it, a whole Kwara state. You can't go to nearby your state. you have to go as far as Ondo State to go and play.
Even the Oyo Stadium is not really too okay. That's why the Lagos Salami Stadium, the 3 years they are using is not too.
But what I'm trying to say is, it's really something that is.
Accurate to Ilorin is not far too. So
but you talk about the stress of, our roads are not good in Nigeria.
Of course.
The stress, that means they have to go like 3 days earlier for them to relax.
Ilorin to Akure is not. Come on.
But if they have to, because we have to look at other things.
If they leave Ilorin in the morning, Ilorin to Akure is like 3 hours or thereabout.
The stress.
But what it means psychologically, the stress and what?
The psychological effect of it is that the government should fix the stadium.
I'm not sure fans, much of Kwara United fans will want to leave Kwara.
Fix the Ilorin Stadium. When you fix it, this won't happen. But because of the fact they are not fixing it, look at Nasarawa United. They are playing in Jos. In fact, they even play in Kaduna. They have to come back to Jos. Look at Lobi. Lobi are playing Jos right now. They left Makurdi. The distance from Makurdi to Jos, you can look at that.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of other teams.
A lot of teams
are far away to go.
Yes, because they don't have good pitch where they can play, and it's not even being approved. So automatically, out of the 20 teams play in MPFA right now, I can bet with you about 6 of them are not having a,
if not even more than, if
like
not even
8.
more than. Not even more than, because
it's really
this is
using
this place. Like, okay, the Nasarawa United you mentioned, because they want to play Plateau United, they took that match
to Kaduna.
After playing,
they came back to
Jos. So if you look at some, and even the Jos Stadium, they only have the artificial turf is good, but every other facility, the stadium seat is not well. It's not even covered. There's no roof. If you go into the locker room, there are a lot, because I was there when sometimes ago last month. So some of these are why that is why I said our administrators need to know that sports is business. So if somebody wants to invest in some of all these teams and see all these facilities, he will not want to invest, because a team that has this kind of facilities, I can't put my money, because at the end of the day, I will not get my money back.
What happened to Rivers United not playing their CAF Confederation at home now? They are playing in Uyo because the pitch is not up to. CAF did not approve it.
Yes,
CAF did not approve
it. It should be in a very bad condition.
And is it not funny that Rivers United, the only team now representing Nigeria at the CAF Confederation, they cannot play home. They are playing in Uyo. According to CAF inspectors, they said the stadium is not up to standard for them to approve, for them to play at home.
Now, if you look at that Rivers United pitch, it's bumpy. Though they have good seat, it's bumpy, and when it's raining, there's no drainage system.
So it's always waterlogged.
There's always waterlogged pitch. So these are some of these issues the CAF saw and say, okay, we cannot approve this pitch. Sometimes I don't know why a stadium will be constructed and you will not put a drainage system to it. If you look at these European pitches, there are drainage system under the field of
as the rain or whatever happens, it's getting dry up
instantly. So that is why I said, until those who know what sports is all about are at the helm of affairs, then
and I think one thing again, probably because we lack this maintenance culture. Probably you've seen when they build this stadium, fantastic, you'll be like happy, this stadium, but just give it after like 1 year. You
look at them Abiola Stadium.
You can try when it was built,
after they fixed that particular pitch and everything was done. It's not up to it's not up to a year.
It's not even up to 3 months.
Everything.
Now the day Nigeria was playing Zambia, was it? Yes, Zambia Junior Chipolopolo. The stadium was looking like half. One place was very grassy, greenish, very greenish. The other place looking yellowish. The same pitch. You understand? Maintenance culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Having the facility in place, then having maintenance culture to maintain it. That's why they need a facility manager. Although getting a facility manager is not even the issue. The facility manager doesn't even know what he's doing there. At times they could lock up the stadium and go somewhere. A lot of things that we need to put in place for us to see sport as business. We've been talking concerning IMC awarding Kwara United, moving them to Akure, where they'll be playing their home match, and also talking about Auwal, the man that United on the pitch, where 3 years we went to play against Akwa United in that particular story. Let's go international as we look at matches that will be coming up tonight over there in England, talking about rather Spanish La Liga, German Bundesliga, in that's Italia, Serie A, and also French Ligue 1. Now we start with Real Sociedad Cadiz. This is a match that a lot of people will be looking at Sociedad to win, because so far this season they've been able to show that they are one of the big boys in La Liga Santander. But against Cadiz, anything can happen.
Yeah, against Cadiz, anything can happen. Though Cadiz has not really, they have not been finding their foot, finding it easy in the in La Liga this season. If you look at where they are on the table, it's not encouraging at all for Cadiz.
Right?
Yes, and if, against Real Sociedad, a team that has been high flying, they are still in Europe this season, and they are also in the position of getting that European qualification ticket in La Liga. So for rest of that, it's good at this point in time that they are playing Cadiz, and when you are playing teams that are struggling, you always find it difficult to actually get anything out of it. Barcelona played this team 2 weeks, I think 2 weeks back, and Barcelona struggled to actually beat Cadiz. Despite they were fantastic on the night, but they struggled to beat them. So for rest of that also, they are playing at home. They are going to win, but they just need to actually watch it out before, if they don't want to be stunned by Cadiz.
As Mr. Leon I said earlier, it's true. This is they are quite better than Cadiz, but from they have to be very careful, because if Almighty Barcelona, which who are the first at the table now, can struggle against them, then they should be very careful, because all these smaller teams, they know they won't get anything, but they just want to destroy your plan. So Real Sociedad should be very careful. Although from paper work and everything, Real Sociedad will have a much more advantage than that Cadiz. But they have to be very careful, because these guys can shock you.
Well, why they are shocking them, let's talk about German Bundesliga. The match between Borussia Dortmund and Leipzig is going to be a tough one. Why? Leipzig, we know they have Nkunku, they have a lot of players, they've been fantastic in Juju and also in German Bundesliga. Borussia Dortmund right now on the same level with Bayern Munich at the top of the table there, and you can't take away that pride. The two teams, Bellingham, Nkunku, and the rest of the players, seems to be a match that who will win this game? Let me start from you, Noah.
It's a very tough match, tough match. But I'm giving the game probably to Borussia Dortmund probably a narrow, like a 2-1 or 1-0 goal difference, because to me Dortmund is quite to me they've been in the German league quite long, and the experience is there, unlike Leipzig that was got it now.
If you talk about experience, sometimes experience don't count. A Leipzig team that they were formed in 2006, and after 10 years in 2016 they got promotion down to German Bundesliga proper, and ever since then it has been a huru for them. And if you look at both teams, though they have young stars, Nkunku, Timo Werner is in Leipzig, we have Julian Bellingham, we have these no, Rius is, and let me say he's a bit aged than. But
no, forget the age.
Bulk of the teams,
that guy is still there.
Bulk of the teams are young, from Leipzig and Borussia Dortmund. But the way Leipzig is playing this season, I think tonight's game they might whitewash. Let me say whitewash.
I take a for that word. Whitewash. No.
From injury.
No.
This man
is asking you that
I take whitewash. Why should we use that word? Whitewash.
Yes.
So are you saying they are going to win Dortmund like how many 0?
It's going to be 4, up to 4 goals. 4 goals, yes.
4-0.
4-0.
Okay, 4-0. I even played fair.
Last season
I played fair.
Both of them met last season.
4-0. Dortmund only 4-0.
No. Like Leipzig is going to try.
Who's going to score? Who's going to score Leipzig?
The likes of Timo Werner.
What did he do in Chelsea?
What did he do in Chelsea? 20 goals last season. This season he has started firing. Because of the injury, and now he's back to the fold.
He's just coming back, so you can't expect him to just come back and pick the form like that.
He has even hit the ground running. Watch him last weekend. So
against what team did he play?
Whether any team.
You can't.
As far as I'm concerned, there is a man Chelsea is going after with a lot of money, and Leipzig say no.
When he comes to Chelsea, we'll talk about that. Leave him now. It's not in Lisbon.
It's because of his qualities.
But there's something. He's
a young man. He's just coming from fast on the ball.
Okay.
Good on both feet.
What of Bellingham?
Julian Bellingham, fine. I can just put him there, but Nkunku is ahead.
No.
Okay, I just have to cut it now. I have to cut.
Don't just put it. That guy is a very fantastic player.
Nkunku is far above.
Okay, no problem.
Do you know the clubs looking for Bellingham now?
Julian Bellingham, I know he's good, fantastic, but Nkunku is marvelous.
No.
Excellent.
No.
we still
Use
come back.
another
It's
word.
an imperious
I don't. No, those words
It's
are quite. No, it's too much.
okay.
Use a more lesser word. It's a
What's the way
fine
to
player.
go?
No, but marvelous,
Football can-
imperious. No, we can't use that.
It's okay. Well, football can always be very, very tough when you're analyzing it, but emotions can set in, and we just saw there Borussia Dortmund was like this, where Emmanuel and almost throwing blow in the studio. But now we see look at Napoli versus Lazio. This is another tough match. Lazio, the guy SMS, Milinkovic-Savic is there, Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia. They are doing so well in Napoli, and these are two teams. I'm sure, yes, it's going to be like.
Napoli is winning.
Seriously?
Napoli is winning.
Is Osimhen scoring?
By God's grace.
Yeah, so sometimes the other team also pray. If you say by God's grace, Ciro Immobile is also saying by God's grace.
This boy, this boy is
also saying, Savic is also saying by
he's
God's
the best.
grace.
He's the best black player on earth now presently.
Whether the best or
He
not
is
the
the
best,
best black player on
we
earth
have
presently.
one of the fine wine in Ciro Immobile playing in Lazio.
We are on the table.
Where they are on the table.
we are
the
there.
position sometimes counts. But playing against
Not sometimes. It counts. If you are that
sometimes
good.
counts.
If you are that fantastic, why are you not on the top of the table?
One thing you need to know: positions don't play football.
It plays this
Positions don't
matter.
play
In this
football.
matter, it plays.
Napoli might be high flying, and you know a Lazio team is a team that is coming from Rome, and they want to help Roman to do the deal because Napoli has defeated Roma twice this season. So Lazio wants, okay, you are not going to beat a team that comes from the same city with us. And now you want to defeat us.
They will
and
flog Napoli. Will flog Lazio.
Well, I don't really want to
Napoli
accept that from
fantastic.
you because Lazio also.
Let me use a word. They will whitewash Lazio.
They will not whitewash Lazio.
They will whitewash
They
Lazio.
won't because
They're in a marvelous form.
Ciro Immobile wants to make a statement against Immobile.
Where is he? Where is he?
Against young Osimhen.
Osimhen is young, fantastic.
Young and fantastic.
At that age, even Lionel Messi, Didier Drogba, Ronaldo have not scored more goals as that guy at that age. Then who is Immobile? Is it Immobile or Immobile?
The thing is,
I don't want to know.
For tonight's game,
He will not be mobile this night.
For tonight's game,
He will be demonized.
he's going to bang in goals with reckless abandon.
Did you know?
With reckless
the guy
abandon.
scores. He doesn't look at the ball. He just give the ball. He can stand from here. And
Can I tell you?
He will score
that match is
fantastic
ending
goal.
2-0 in favor of
You will be
Lazio.
shocked. 5-0. He's going to score a hat-trick today.
Okay.
You will be shocked.
Well,
He's going to score with his left leg, with his right leg, and then with his head.
No problem.
Well, let's wait and see. Maybe
2-0.
Ciro Immobile.
5-0. Osimhen 3 goals.
It's okay, guys. Maybe Ciro Immobile will be scoring or SMS. That is Sergei Milinkovic-Savic or Victor Osimhen versus Kvaratskhelia there. Well, the two players for Napoli, and you have the other guys in Lazio. A big one that are coming up in the city of Naples at Diego Maradona Stadium, what they call
Diego Maradona Stadium
well,
again.
just wait.
Oh.
Let's see. Till then, anyway, we've just been giving you updates concerning those matches that have been expected this evening. Those matches will be coming up, and it's going to be a tough one. Noel and Emmanuel have been fighting in the studio concerning those games. Borussia Dortmund, Leipzig, Napoli, Lazio. We wait. Let's see who gets the nod to win this game, as you have actually argued.
Say Napoli.
Forza Napoli. you can't speak
Forza
German.
Lazio.
Oh my
Say
goodness.
Napoli.
Anyway, we just have to quickly run through some story before we wrap it up there. Let's look at Real Madrid are keeping tabs on Newcastle Brazilian midfielder. His name is Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno Guimaraes play with Newcastle, but right now Real Madrid are really trying to see how they can get him. That would be a plus if they can get this Brazilian to Santiago Bernabeu. Let me use this one to cool down your spirit. Okay, well, quickly before you talk, let's quickly run through the remaining two stories now. Lyon's Ozem Aouar is close to joining Eintracht Frankfurt. The second story there has to do with Eintracht Frankfurt are really after him and is close to joining them after rejecting Manchester United. A fantastic player in the person of Ozem Aouar right now is going to Germany. He would prefer to go to Germany than Manchester United. And Manchester United, Chelsea and Arsenal are keeping tabs on Southampton's midfielder, Romeo Lavia. They want to get Romeo Lavia. 3 of them will be fighting for his signature right now. We should just dwell on this briefly. This is a young lad. Manchester United, Chelsea and Arsenal, they are all watching this Southampton player.
Good midfielder. He's a box-to-box midfielder, strong, brood, and very good on the offensive side, and then on the defensive side, he's good. I think he's going to be a good cover for Casemiro, Fred, and McTominay. Let me not even put because McTominay has actually right now is in the third order or in that lineup in the midfield. So for this Lavia, I think he's a young man and he's going to suit the style of play of Erik ten Hag.
Okay, good one out there. Well, just you have something to say about this?
I don't know why Chelsea is going for this young man.
Oh, he's a good player.
With the level of player, you have how many players on the...
I think they want to add more.
To do what again?
Chelsea will end up buying 100 players.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
See, I will not take it like
I appreciate this, guys.
It's not because I'm insulting them. I'm only allowed to insult them. You are not allowed to insult Chelsea.
Manchester United, Chelsea.
You have no right whatsoever. You have no right whatsoever to insult
Noel Sampson, thank you very much for coming on the show.
The pleasure is mine, Mr.
And Emmanuel Fashemi, I really appreciate.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we wait to see who wins those games there. Adeniyi Ajishafe, that's the name. 360 Sport on Trust TV. Thanks for watching.